Anyway, Vortex. Amy Gross knows that Amy Gross has anger issues, okay? It's the rest of the world that doesn't seem to know anything that's wrong with them. I want to work on my anger issues, though, because I don't want to take out anything on anyone. I don't really take stuff out on people anymore. I did that shit when I had a boyfriend. And that's why I don't want to have a boyfriend. Like, I'm not good with people, man. Like, I can barely handle an hour with people. It's like, if it's any longer than an AA meeting, I don't want to do it, you know? It's like, why do people force themselves to hang out with other people? It's not like those people are people anyway. Like, I love my friends. My family annoys the piss out of me because they're all a bunch of sheep. But, you know, they're still my family. But yeah. Ronnit, that's my Jew. She came over to my house and she spent the night. And she's probably the only person that could do that and not annoy me. Hairball. She's the only person that could do that and not annoy me. Because she's like an older Israeli version of me. So because she understands where I'm coming from and I understand where she's coming from, she gets boundaries, you know? Most people don't. And I told her that she was welcome at my house anytime. I'd like to think that I'm like that with other people, but I'm really not. And I realized that with that gay couple that stayed with me. Like, I love them. Like, I'm still friends with them at my work. But, like, it was a bad idea. And not because they were gay. It was a bad idea because I shouldn't have people over at my house for a prolonged period of time. That's just such a stupid fucking idea. And most people can't handle solitary confinement. That's why they call it confinement. But I feel like I've been in solitary confinement by choice my entire life, you know? I really hate how people have sort of downplayed the whole, like, social distancing thing, you know? Like, I've seen a bunch of people wearing t-shirts that are like, like, social distancing is my natural state or something like that. I want to create a shirt that says, I was social distancing before social distancing was communist. I really should make that shirt because that's really fucking funny. I just came up with that, actually. That's how quick I am. Okay? Just to let you know what I'm capable of. Do you like my little kid voice? A lot of people don't. A lot of people are freaked out by it. Have a lot of voices. All the way in cluster A. You probably love to speculate about schizophrenia, but you don't even know what cluster A is. Cluster A is a sect of personality disorders that involve schizophrenia. They're all on the schizophrenia spectrum. Where the fuck is my shirt? Oh, it's in there. Schizophrenics can't stand society because society is stupid. So naturally, we're very, very offensive people. And we're offensive all across the board. It's like when people tell me, like, oh, well, you should do this, you should do that. You should shut your fucking mouth because you don't know who I am. So annoying. It's like the same kinds of people that tell me to get married and have kids have no idea that I would push a man away. I don't think I push my kids away. I think that I would be a really good mom. But because I'm aware of myself. And I think a lot of women that they're really bad moms because they don't have any self-awareness. So if somebody has self-awareness, then that means that they can work on whatever problems they have because they're aware of their problems. And they don't just blame them on somebody else. Like, I was crying last night because I was yelling at Arlo. That's my cat. Because I don't want to be the type of person that yells at my cat for being a cat. You know? And I was thinking about all these people in my life that I've wronged. All these people. It's like I basically had like a fourth step last night. For those of you that know anything about the 12-step program, the fourth step, a searching and fearless moral inventory. I did that shit last night. I worked all the steps last night in a very short period of time. I was my own sponsor. But yeah, I was talking to God for a while about all of these relationships that I've been in the past that were just such a disaster. And, you know, when you're going through it, you don't really think about it. You just go through it. But it's like all these people that I was so in love with. I thought anyway. I was so in love with them. And then shit just didn't work out. Because I pushed all of them away. Because Amy can't handle relationships. And it just really irks me that people think that I should be in a relationship. Or that I should have like a conventional life. You know, it's like you don't know who you're talking to. You don't understand like what that entails, you know? It's like you're just telling me to hurt people. That's what you're doing. Like, live a conventional life. Do something that's totally contrary to your nature. It's like, I wouldn't tell a liberal to read a book, okay? Like, I wouldn't tell a baby boomer to stop watching TV. Okay, I wouldn't do that because I know that it's like an impossibility. So why would you tell a schizophrenic person that they should get married and have kids, even if they'd want to be left alone the majority of the time? You know? How could I raise kids? Like, I'd want my kids to have like a prominent father figure, you know? But I wouldn't be able to stand him. And I have a very traditional idea of like what a family should be and what parenting should be. But I could never have that. I could never like exhibit that because I know who I am. I know how I behave, you know? So it's like, you know, like it's the same people that would tell me to do something that's contrary to my nature. Those are the same people that don't understand why I don't drink alcohol. You know, because they haven't seen me drink. I've seen me drink, you know, and I've seen me drink. I've seen the way that I behave when I'm in a relationship and I'm just like clawing my eyes out and wanting to pull out my hair one follicle at a time, you know, because I'm just so stressed being with somebody. It's just so terrible. And I look at people that are like really happy, you know, like married couples and families, and I'm so happy for them and I'm so glad that they have that. But a lifestyle like that would just drive me up the wall, man. And so, I don't know. I'm just an artist. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to make art, man. And I would highly suggest that women, you know, create. Preferably they create babies, but if they're not doing that, like, they need to be creating something good, something useful, something like a quilt, or some form of art. Because women were brought into this world to create. So if we're not making babies, we have a responsibility to the world to create something else, okay? So I have a responsibility to the world to make art. That's what I'm going to do. If I make babies, I can't make art. And it takes a man to make a baby. And I don't want a man because men aren't men anymore, because all they do is get on their phone. And I don't have any fucking time for that shit, okay? I'm not a modern person. You can say that's judgmental. I just have standards, okay? I have standards. You don't understand because you're part of the class that I'm talking about, okay? It just aggravates me, something fierce, that, like, people think that this is ever gonna get them anywhere. Yeah, that's gonna make robots take over. That's what's gonna happen, because you insist on technology that annihilates your existence. Like, the reason why all this shit is happening is because everybody's been complicit with the technology. It's always the technology. It's not politics, it's the technology. All the politicians are fine with the technology. God, you just want to fucking take their heads and smash them against the wall. Nothing would happen because there's nothing in those heads. Boing, 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 boing. Unsubscribe to my channel. I just lost 2 more subscribers. I'm so proud. Can't wait to eat those mants.